Hey guys, how's it going? This is Brother Arcanine, and we have another Pokemon Showdown Live Team Builder. This is a Little Cup team. It's a Sunny Day team. I've seen a few Sunny Day teams. Obviously, there's a lot of different ones you can run because a lot of different Pokemon are really good and compatible with it. This is one I used, and it worked out pretty well, so I'll just share it with all of you. First off, we have the Sunny Day person on our team, pretty much. Six Tails, the Vulpix, with the Drought ability, of course, and the Heat Rock to make it 8 turns of Sun instead of just 5. It's got the Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, Overheat, and Quick Attack, just so, hit something with a Flamethrower or Overheat in the Sun, and then if that doesn't take it out, you got the chance to take it out with a Quick Attack next turn, so it works out pretty good. Next we have Some Like It Hot, the Helioptile. Helioptile? I think it's, yeah, Helioptile. It's a weird name, just like Yveltal or Yvetal, whatever we decided on that one. So, we've got it Choice Scarfed with Solar Power, and Solar Power boosts its power in the sun, but it also makes it lose HP, so it's kind of like a stronger Life Orb. It takes more of your health, but it also deals out more damage. So Solar Power, pretty cool. The only bad thing about Solar Power is that even if you don't attack, you lose things. So you have to make it really offensive, and you can lose an eighth of your health just on switching in. So that's kind of annoying. But if you're playing Helioptile correctly, then it all works out pretty good. Got some good coverage on here. Surf for ground types. Dark Pulse because it's a Choice Scarf, so it can be flinching things. Thunderbolt, obviously, its strongest stab, and then Volt Switch just to get in and out, because Volt Switch is really handy. So we speed creep, as you can see on the EVs. When you Choice Scarf at 1.5 times the speed, up to 21, and the fastest Pokemon Voltorb only goes up to 20. So only things that are like Chlorophyll or Swim, Choice Scarfed, of course, but only those things are going to be able to beat us. So I felt that was plenty speed, and the rest I wanted to put into HP and special attack. So next we have another solar-powered Choice Scarf user, Stay Gold, the shiny Charmander. It's got a pretty interesting moveset on it. I've got Hidden Power Ground on there for rock types, because obviously when the sun's up, Hidden Power Water is going to do like nothing, so I went with Hidden Power Ground. Dragon Pulse is on there, Ancient Power's on there for some boosts, mostly just Flamethrowers though. That's the thing about using a Choicer, you really only get one shot at using the move you want, and kind of decides the momentum from there, but can either put you way ahead or way behind, so that's Stay Gold, the Charmander. Next, we have our Senor Pink. If anyone's a One Piece fan and is caught up, I'm not spoiling anything, but there's a character called Senor Pink, and catchphrase is so hard boiled. So that's kind of the rest of his name there. Tutu, so hard boiled. All right, so it's harvesting that Oran Berry over and over again. It's a Curse Synthesis set. It hits really, really hard once you get some curses up with the seed bombs there. As you can see from the spread, it's really more of a defensive, well, yeah, like a defensive Pokemon. Like special defense is at max. I made it a Careful Nature, took down that special attack. And yeah, the curses, they make its defense go super huge after a while, and it's got the 25 HP, and yeah, so obviously no sense in investing in speed, because curse is going to be lowering your speed. So basically what you're hoping for is to just seed bomb as many things as possible, and then something comes in that's going to kill you in 3 hits. You get a seed bomb off. After it hits you, you fire a seed bomb, it hits you again, you use Explosion, and hopefully you got enough curses to take the thing out. So that's Senor Pink's job. It takes out like 2 or 3 Pokemon if you run it right. And if they don't have any special Pokemon or anything super effective that can be super effective against an Execute, then you can often sweep with this Pokemon. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And in the sun, Harvest has a 100% chance to harvest a berry instead of just 50% chance. But this is a Pokemon that can still be useful without the sun. I don't know what move you'd want to switch out. If you feel like working this set, you can go ahead, obviously, but I thought the set worked really well. Next, we have this big-eared looking thing, Dumbo. Prankster Eviolite. Just gave it. I gave it Sunny Day because it has the Prankster ability, so I can get the Sunny Day up for sure, no matter what. Then we have Growth, and Growth in the sun. Are you gonna tell me all about that? Yes, no. Yeah. Raises your attack and special attack by 2 in the sun. So, obviously a good thing to have there. And then Leech Seed is obviously a status move as well, so Prankster lets that get on there first and you start getting your health back. Obviously all of the EVs are in defenses, and also if the sun up, Solar Beam hits pretty well. So, yeah, this Pokemon really defensive, but you can also set it up to be a sweeper, or it works good with just Sunny Day and Leech Seed supporting. So, Dumbo, the big-eared Cottony. And finally, we have our choice banded chlorophyll looking Bellsprout, who I guess I couldn't think of a cool name for, but if you've been watching my Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke, we just named it ours Swatter that we caught. So Swatter is this thing's name, choice band chlorophyll, so really needs the sun. I mean, it hits really hard, but it's not really going to be taking too many hits. I could run more speed on this thing since it's really probably not going to live too much, but giving it all the way to 24 HP lets it live certain hits, you know, non-super effective or neutral hits from weaker moves. But yeah, again, the speed creeping. Chlorophyll doubles the speed instead of just 1.5 timesing the speed, which the Choice Scarf does. So in the sun, we're rocking out with 22 speed, so again, didn't want to speed tie with Pokemon like Voltorb. Not that we'd, use Swatter against the Voltorb, but anyway. And then this thing just has a really cool set, I feel. Seed Bomb, just because there's nothing worse than things missing, so Seed Bomb has 100% accuracy. I use Seed Bomb when I can't afford to miss. And then Power Whip when I just need more damage. Obviously, Knockoff's great utility move. And Return, honestly, I was kind of running out of physical moves that I wanted to run on this thing. Excuse me. Yeah, really not too much. Oh, they changed this? Interesting. Really not too much that I was interested in. You could you could definitely do Sucker Punch. That's pretty cool too, actually, Sucker Punching. But if you're choice banded into it, then obviously people can set up on you all day, and that's not good. Letting somebody get 2 Swords Dances up or any setup move, really. And then, as you can see, the rest of his physical move pool is like Leech Life, Cut, Bind, and that's about it for good physical moves. So I just put Return on there. But anyway, this team worked out pretty good. I've got 5 battles to show you guys, so let's go ahead and see what they're all about.
Alright, so in this first match here, we lead with Stay Gold the Charmander, and I'm like, oh crap, Diglett, better get out of here. Going into Senior Pink. Luckily, he just decides to set up a Sandstorm, so I'm like, alright, we're going to be doing fine here. Then he Toxics me, and I'm like, well, poop, and we miss a Seed Bomb, so I'm like, well, you must be like Sand Veil or something. And then, of course, we miss again because he digs, so I'm like, well, something's going to have to take this. I guess Senior Pink will just have to. Luckily, we are bulky as all hell, and he's not Focus Sash, so we're able to take him out and just one hit with Seed Bomb. We're activating our Harvest, but obviously his poison's starting to stack up, and I was like, well, we should just let Senior Pink go down because I don't want to sack anything else off to this thing. So we send in the old Drought-bearing Six Tails and are able to just dominate that thing. It probably had dry skin. Then this Cap'n Crunch, I knew it would probably do something like a Stone Edge or an Earthquake. I was hoping we'd live with the burn, but this thing is clearly Choice Banded or something. So just went in and finished it off with our Choice Scarf bearing, Solar Powering Dragon Pulsar. Didn't think a Dragon Pulse would take this thing out, so I just decided to send in something like it hot. And unfortunately, there we go, we died of Solar Power. So that's what I was talking about before, Solar Power being not so hot. Anyway, we knock this thing off, and all it has left is a Joltik and a Bulbasaur, and obviously we have a Choice Scarfed Flamethrower using Charmander. So he forfeits the match, and we end up winning there. Next match, we lead with Dumbo the Cottony against this Ledyba, and I'm a little bit worried, just don't know what kind of bug type he wants to go for, so I take the opportunity to get some Drought. Luckily, it just goes for a U-turn, but unluckily, it has a Rock and Rolla, so I have to go back out into Dumbo. Luckily, Dumbo doesn't take like any damage from that, and I'm like, alright, well, let's just set over a Leech Seed. And Kata comes in, so can't really do anything against this, but I was thinking, hey, if we get this Leech Seed up, maybe we can tank it out for a while. So, of course, missing two in a row sucked, because now we're kind of in a spot where it's like, alright, how am I gonna... Dumbo's not gonna be able to live, so I gotta go back out into something that can resist it. But since Six Tails is like not at all defensively invested, it took a pretty hard hit from that X Scissor actually. But we were obviously able to take out Ninkata, and then I just decided to get a nice little Will-O-Wisp on this thing. Predicts me to switch out, which was good for me, because now we get to keep our Sun user around for a little while. Senior Pink's going to come in, gets that Harvest, or does he get, yeah, he gets the Harvest, 50-50 chance, so he gets it, and it's looking like we're going to be able to survive another Fire Punch, so I decided to just set up a Curse here. Survive this Fire Punch, and I'm like, alright, well, we can probably set up another Curse here, because we're going to get the Oran Berry, and yeah, so I'm like, alright, this thing can definitely not take us out, unless it gets a burn, but even if it gets the burn, we're going to be able to, you know, heal up with Synthesis here, so at full health, and predicted the Protect there, because these things usually run like Protect, Last Resort, but even that haxy little move isn't going to do anything against the sheer power that we have. I didn't predict the Protect there, but I should have probably. I don't know why I'd go for Protect. It doesn't really benefit either of us, or hinder me, or benefit him, so I don't know why I'd do it. But anyway, here we are now. I should have probably predicted that Ice Beam, but I didn't want to switch out my +2 Pokemon, so, you know, no problem going down there because we were pretty high up. I predicted him to switch out, and obviously that didn't pay off, so just decided to sack off Six Tails here just to get our Sun up. So we have our Chlorophyll Seed Bomber now. That was a much better play rather than going for Dark Pulse when I should have gone for either Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. A little weird there, but we send in Charmander. And tries to freeze me, I guess, but obviously I'm a fire type, so that's not going to happen. And you're going to get Flamethrower to the face. So he's got his Rock and Roller coming out here. It's going to have Sturdy, but either way we weren't going to break that down. I didn't really need Charmander since he had a Rock and a Ground type left, so I just let it kind of go down. Some like it hot, Dark Pulsing away, Solar Powered, not going to live. And I'm like, alright, we got this. It's definitely going to go down to Burn here. And we go down to Boomerang, but we win it 2-0, so nice job. Doing really well with this team so far. Alright, so this battle, they lead with Weedle, and we lead with Execute, so hard to boiled, and we get absolutely destroyed by a Bug Bite. Should have seen that coming, but for some reason I didn't. So we just send in Six Tails, gets the Drought up, and this Charmander's going to come in, kind of take advantage of it as well, but that's totally cool with me. We get Dragon Pulsed, which I didn't exactly see that coming, but I knew something was going to happen to my poor Vulpix, so decided to go into my Choice Scarfer here, taking advantage of Solar Power as well, and we get taken out by a Quick Attack after we take out the Charmander, so things are not looking good for us right now, but thanks to that Power Whip, it's a nice little 4-4 right now, but obviously Power Whip against a Bug type's not going to do a lot, so I have to switch out, and I switch out into my Charmander, which I should have done originally, because then we'd have Execute around still. So that was a bad play in the beginning, really set us behind, but here we are catching up. Our Choice Scarf, Ancient Power, really doing the work, not getting the boost that we wanted, and unfortunately we get taken out by the Drill Run there. If we had gotten the boost, definitely 2 boosts, we would have been able to live a Drill Run, but unfortunately we weren't able to live just without it. Oh, but there we are able to live on 1, which I thought was just amazing. So, Quick Attack coming in to finish this off, and it's pretty tight at this point. I get the knockoff off, the Sky Plate's not there anymore, but they use a fire type move anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, alright, this is looking pretty bleak, but we get our Leech Seed on, gonna get some health back from Pidgey, and now it's gonna be Dumbo, the Cottony versus a Weedle, so I'm like, alright, the Solar Beams are just gonna have to do the work, and unfortunately, looking at the damage that we're gonna do, I'm like, alright, we're pretty much screwed, but let's go for these Leech Seeds. Maybe we can stall out these things, and no. Unfortunately, we're not able to live, and unfortunately, red, green, yellow, blue is able to defeat us. Alright, so for our 4th battle, they lead Ponyta, and we lead off with Dumbo, so not exactly a great matchup for us. Decided to just go into Charmander. I'm like, oh, sweet, you set up a sunny day for me? Hidden Power Ground coming your way, but unfortunately it does, like, no damage. So I'm like, okay, well, we're pretty much screwed here, because after he gets, some speed investment with the Flame Charge. He's able to outspeed us and Wild Charge us to death. So I'm like, damn, this is a nice little Ponyta set. We're definitely in some trouble here. I'm hoping that we just have enough strength to take out this Ponyta, and luckily we do, because this thing was setting up on us with those powerful moves. So luckily we're able to take that thing out and take out the Minccino. And the sun ends that turn, so we got the boost in power, but didn't lose the HP, so that was really nice. Predict a ground type move, so I go into Senior Pink, but it turns out he went Power Up Punch and then Knockoff, so no way we were living that. Here I go for Sunny Day, but this is just an excellent move pool on this Cubone, and we're going to get taken out. So I go into Bellsprout. I think he's going to switch out, but anyway, I just decided to lock into Seed Bomb because it hit everything on his team pretty good. Knockoff would have been better in theory, but Seed Bomb was more than enough to take it out with the Choice Band. So it's Munchlax I was worried about, because I know that a lot of people run the Cursed Munchlax set. I know I do. So I was like, alright, if it keeps setting up, we're not going to be able to do anything to this thing. But then I was also like, you know what, we have our Six Tails, and that hits on the special side. But I should have just let Bellsprout go down, because now all we have is a Thunderbolt to hopefully take it out. And unfortunately that's not enough. But with the Sun, we're going to outspeed. It's going to be enough to take this thing out. I go for the Knockoff, because I was expecting this Arcan. I thought that would be the best move to hit the Arcan with, and luckily we do that because we get rid of the Berry Juice. It plucks us, but in the Sun we're still faster, and that was so close. One more turn for the other person, and that match could have gone either way. So really close, really fun battle there. And we have this last battle here. So this is just a quick thing for fun here. Red, green, yellow, blue challenged me to a rematch after we fought, and basically the results are just kind of funny to me. He leads with Spearow, and I lead with Senior Pink. We're able to live that Drill Peck, luckily, and because we get the explosion off, but then he's sashed, and I should have known that because I faced him before. So I bring in the old quick attacking Six Tails, and that works out well for us. Then he brings in Rattata, and Zen Headbutt does decent damage, but he doesn't get the flinch he wanted, and I get a critical hit Flamethrower. So down goes Rattata. Now I'm just feeling like brazen, and I'm like, okay, let's go for Overheat, because I assume Charmander's going to come in next, but actually he just forfeits. So I just thought that was funny, you know, because they beat us, and then obviously we were about to 5-0 them very quickly. So it just shows you how quickly you can turn things around when you know a team and you've learned your team a little bit better. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I thought this was a really well-built team, and there's a lot of Sunny Day teams out there, and they all work really well, obviously, when you're using them right. But let me know your suggestions to improve this team and other Sunny Day teams you like. And if you'd like to battle sometime, give me a message. Try and hit me up on Showdown. I'm on there pretty often having battles, so you could get a chance to be in these videos if you battle me and I'm recording. So yeah, never a bad time. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been Brother Arcanine. Gonna be more videos coming soon. Peace out.